Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. Well, it's getting hot out here. Not miserable, but hot. And so tonight, I want to go into my stockpile and start eating it down. And I want to show you guys, oh, I didn't put my rings on. I want to show you guys how I do that. So, eat what you have and hold your cash. And then that's a good way to save money because I'm going day by day and I'm not spending too much money. If I spend a few dollars, I will tell you. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, and it's easier said than done, is I'm trying to retrain my palate, and I'm trying to adjust my lifestyle to make myself live for as long as I can, because you know, if things go good, maybe I could live 10 more years, maybe longer. It remains to be seen. So this morning I needed some salad. So I bought this Markdown to $2.25. And sometimes they tell you how much it was and sometimes they don't. But anyway, that's a good deal. And then the other thing I needed was bread. And I needed sandwich bread. So this was $1.06 and it was $1.79. So I saved 75 cents on the bread. So I wanted to mention to you guys, when you're doing markdown shopping, this teriyaki vegetables is for making teriyaki stir fries. But there's a lot of good vegetables in here, and you get, I'll figure that out in a minute. So, there's some broccoli florets, broccoli stock, Brussels sprouts, red cabbage, kale, carrots, pea pods, and teriyaki sauce. So I have a whole body chicken in there. So what I'm going to do is make half of my plate with veggies. I want to get used to that. All right, I'm going to take the carrots back because I bought some carrots and I want to eat those. Okay, so these little carrots that I bought were not the tastiest. They weren't bad, but they weren't the tastiest, to be honest. So I think I'll grate them. This one might be okay, but usually when you buy, I bought these loose because I like to select the littlest ones because they're usually the tenderest. But this time that wasn't the case. The best laid plans of mice and men. So I'm gonna have half of this carrot on my salad. So I want to make half of my plate a salad. If I eat salads for lunch, I want to make cottage cheese and nuts on my salad. So I think these hearty salads are a good choice because they're not your best choice though, because they come in a bag, and if you find good romaine lettuce, you can re-sprout that and grow some more lettuce. All right, that's good. And then I have a celery. I bought celery. Oops, that's my macaroni and cheese. The celery will be no problems to eat because I'm going to eat that with my homemade. I peel them. I don't like the strings getting caught in between my teeth. This wasn't the tastiest celery I ever met either. It wasn't the worst celery I ever met, but it wasn't the tastiest celery I ever met. But it's good enough. I try to eat everything. I try not to waste. So let's see. I am going to just cut this in 4 pieces. I'm trying to pretty much eat as I'm retraining my palate, I'm trying to eat my veggies plain. But for this salad, I think I need some salad dressing. Especially until I get used to the you know, these like cabbage. Another thing about cabbage is it's gonna last longer. Okay, and here's my homemade peanut butter. I was going to make cookies, but I have to take it easy because I've had brutal insomnia. I made it to the gym, but I was really too tired to go. But I thought, you just have to go because it's got to be habitual. And so I asked the girl to weigh me, and I gained back all of my weight except for 2 pounds. But I was even glad I lost. For as bad as I've been, I was lucky I even lost 2 pounds. I was lucky I didn't. I mean, so I started, when I started, I weighed 150, and so after months, after eating like a glutton for a couple weeks, I weighed 148 point something. So that wasn't very good, you guys. And you can lose your muscle mass real quick too. And that'll be a bad situation if that happens. So let me inspect this. What is this? Oh, they give you some kind of noodles for your, okay, if I was to use that to make stir fries, which I don't have plans on at this time. Okay, so they give you some noodles and some teriyaki sauce. I'll use that on my chicken tomorrow. And then I made a nice big batch of, I got everything out of my stockpile except for the veggies. And here it is. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to eat some tonight, and then I just put it in a bowl in the refrigerator, and I just keep eating a little bit until it's gone. This is so cheap. So you don't need meat, because what I have is I had this stuff that I bought for $1 at Walmart. So I like to cook it before I eat it. Like if I was going to make Spam for dinner, I don't know what I did with it. Oh, this must be it. If I was going to make Spam for dinner, I would cook it in the oven like a little ham. So here it is. So I have some left. So I had bought this package of macaroni and cheese. How much did I pay for this? I think I paid $1.19 at Ralph's. And so then I forgot to add the cheese packet, but it'll be okay because I added cheese. So then I can make my own macaroni and cheese, and I have an extra cheese sauce. I didn't do that on purpose, and that was like a bad thing to do. So what I should have done is, it was 6 cups water, and you boil your macaroni, drain, and then 4 tablespoons butter. Okay, I use my homemade butter, so this tastes really good. I showed you guys how to make that. 4 tablespoons, and then a 1/4 cup milk, and then I added that to my macaroni, and then I put the macaroni that was prepared without the package in the pan, and so I had a 1/4 cup, I had the butter and the macaroni, and then I poured a whole can of evaporated milk, which is going to give me a lot of dairy. So if you want to go to less meat, and you have more dairy and peanut butter, and then you have some, oh, this is good. You could make no ham, or you could put anything you have. You could make bacon in this. macaroni and cheese box, Spam, I cooked. Cheese, I have big bags of cheese in my freezer and I want to cook those down now. I'm eating my cupboards and I'm eating my freezers down for a while. And then I have 1 can evaporated milk, and that is going to give you a very, very cheesy homemade macaroni and cheese. Okay, so this is a low-cost meal, and there's some elements of homemade food like the peanut butter. Uh-oh. Okay, I also have a tomato that I bought today, but I don't think, you know, if you have 2 or 3 vegetables, that's good enough. I'll eat the tomato tomorrow. All right. And so I went in my freezer and I had a package of ham that I bought Markdown. You start doing this and you're not going to be running out of food. This is enough ham for 6 days. And then I have my bread, and I have cheese if I want it. A lot of times I like to make macaroni and cheese with my, I like to make grilled cheese and ham sandwiches. That's a good one. All right, I have a product review. I put this in my freezer to get it nice and cold. I think I got this at Dollar Tree, coconut water with pulp. Today I was pretty good. I was drinking root beer and tea, no Diet Coke. But if I do want Diet Coke, I'm going to drink caffeine free. But I've been working, in spite of evidence to the contrary, I've been working at getting off this habit for a while. This is really good. I wasn't expecting it to be sweet. I saw these ladies at Target. They were buying cans of this stuff for $3.99 a can, bigger cans. And I thought, why in the world would anyone buy this stuff? This is good. If you're like me and you're resistant, that's like me. I'm always the last to know. That is really tasty. Dollar Tree. Okay, now with this macaroni and cheese, you could use fish sticks. That's what we used to do in the day. They've kind of fallen out of favor. This is good if you bake it good. Sometimes I cook it with more milk, so it's almost like soup. And I put a lot of cheese and I don't bake it. Okay, so hot dogs, sausages, bacon, Vienna sausages, veggies, cooked veggies, all kinds of cheese or no cheese. So I got the bread, but I went back because I think I bought 2 soda pops at Ralph's. I bought lemon lime soda and grapefruit citrus. And then I bought one, these were 3 for $5. I usually buy 6 a week. I bought 1 root beer. So I bought that today. All right, let me give you the butter recipe. This is more important. 2 liters milk, or 4.25 cup milk. A teaspoon of salt, I never add that. 2 tablespoons vinegar. So you heat your milk to almost boiling, you add 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and it should start to coagulate. The cheesy part should separate and create whey. And then save your whey, because this makes the best fry bread or homemade bread. Or you can heat it and drink it. Okay, this is the Ralph's root beer. It is impossible to overdo it on root beer. Okay, so your milk curdles and you have the whey. You strain it, you take the whey, you put it in the blender. It says 100 grams of melted butter, basically a cube, but I never add that much. I add 2 tablespoons and 2 spoons sour cream, and then you just blend it until it's very, very smooth. And every batch is different. Depends on the milk you use. Some of the batches can be very, I'll give you my salmon ball recipe. I got this salmon ball recipe on a foreign video. You know, these people who are in a cold country, they know how to make this kind of stuff. I learned something last night. You know, one of the things I dislike about meatloaf and like salmon balls is if too much bread is in it. So I made those hamburger steaks. It was hamburger. I had good hamburger from Ralph's and 1 tablespoon flour. For 1.5 pounds, it'd be a 1/4 cup. And then you can coagulate your meat, and you don't have to have eggs. So this is salmon deboned, onion, egg, 2 slices bread, salt, pepper, garlic, 2 tablespoons mayonnaise, fry in oil. So what I would do is I would try salmon, onion, 1 tablespoon flour, salt, pepper, garlic, and 2 tablespoons mayo. And then I would fry them or bake them. I'm going to try that next time. And then, you know, once you start making your own butter, if I was using expensive butter in this, I would use 2 tablespoons. I wouldn't use that much. Okay, Dollar Tree. I went there because I take the cheap sleeping pills. And they had, here's the chives. I could not find chives. Here is the chives I got at Walmart, and there's barely any in there. And here's the chives I got at Dollar Tree. I put this in everything, so I bought 2 because I'm not spending much. But nothing helps, but I do take a small sleeping pill. Okay, now I want to tell you guys something that I think is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is another lockdown. I don't know if it's going to be civil unrest, if it's going to be another pandemic, if it's going to be some kind of war, if it's some kind of stealing spree where people are just wiping the stores out. So what I want to do is prepare for a lockdown. We had the lockdown last time, so I kind of learned from that one. And what I learned is when you do have to go shopping, like what I will do this time is I will just go down and buy a lot of food very early in the morning at Costco. And, you know, stay out of the crowds. But I want to mention, if for the stockpile, rice, beans, and cornbread. Okay, you can buy a pound and just eat that until it's down. Flour, sugar, salt, and yeast so you can make bread. Oatmeal or cereal and powdered milk. Peanut butter, homemade is good, and jam, homemade. Large bags of potatoes and ketchup. Soup, 2 per week, and 6 boxes of crackers per month. And then for a week you need 2 cans fruit and vegetables, depending on how much you eat, but for a regular serving size. So let me give you a shot of this. And so be preparing. Okay, I want to mention something. Okay, I've been saying, a lot of people have been saying, what we're watching for is a stock market collapse. Okay, we had a retraction in Japan, and it affected us too because they raised their rates. You know, people were able to borrow money cheap. So they had a bit of a collapse. We've had it too, and Europe has had it too. If this is a collapse, I don't know yet. It might be the beginning of one, and it might not be one at all. They might do something tricky like pump and dump, like everybody goes, oh, the coast is clear. They go back in and they dump and take everybody's money. Also, you know, I was telling my son, this reminds me of a bad marriage, if any of you have ever had one. Arguing, fighting, driving up the debt, and wreaking havoc. That's what this reminds me of. Another thing that could cause us to be locked down is a civil type unrest thing. So the best thing to do is, if you don't have a stockpile, just go, okay, I might eat this in an emergency, but if you don't want to, don't buy this. Maybe get Alfredo and tuna fish or something like that. Or sandwiches, stuff so you can make sandwiches, or soup and crackers, like crackers with peanut butter and cheese. I would much rather eat my sausages barbecued, or my hot dogs barbecued, or my hamburgers barbecued, but I live in a fire country, and you know, it's very dangerous. And so be thinking about that. Make sure you have briquettes or butane. Also, if there's a grid down, if there is a grid down for any length of time, there's going to be no water. That is the most dangerous thing. So when I leave the house, I try to force myself to fill up 1 or 2 of my gallons of water. And so then I never want to stop and do it. So then all my water is down and it's a big hassle. So that's a bad thing too. So I want to talk to you about this thing I heard, and it was, what happens is the inflation is robbing the seniors of all their prosperity. You know, it's gobbling up. It's like a tax. Everything costs more instead of like more taxes. But if you learn some of this, like discount shopping, like bulk shopping, like cutting all your expenses, like limiting your car, like micromanaging your utilities, like holding your cash as opposed, I mean, the last time I bought clothes was last September, but I don't go anywhere except the gym, and I thought maybe you can get by for a month. So what I'm doing is I'm going, like today, the only thing I really needed was the sleeping pills, the bread, and the something else. Oh, the salad. So I'm just going like that one day at a time. So like, if we hold our cash from now until the end of the year, like assuming something crazy, this is a crazy thing. We kind of know something's going to happen, but we don't know exactly what is going to happen. But it's kind of like going to be a money-sucking problem. It's kind of being some kind of distressful situation. So we want to prepare for that. Also, if it's looking like you can't afford your bills, you have to find a way to reduce them sooner or later. This ending up homeless, ending up in a car thing is very, very hard to get back up. You know, when you've been down, it's hard to get back up, so you don't want to let that happen. Okay, you guys, but if you're very thrifty, we should be able to maintain this standard and try to get a little bit higher. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.